Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
All right, guys. So, hey, welcome back to the show. I'm here today with George Brockman, and what we're going to talk about is home warranties for investors. Remember, guys, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, really all real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x your business by providing tools and resources to grow the business and build the business you want to grow and live the life you want to live. George, welcome to our show.
Hey, John, thank you for having me. I'm just happy to be here for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to talk about home warranties. I mean, as investors, we know that a lot of those might not be available, or there might not be for the needs that we have because of some certain situations like we talked about. Yeah. But before we get into the weeds and talk about all that, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you? You know, where you came from, how you got into real estate, how you got into warranties, how you got here.
Yeah, so, you know, the honest story about how I got into home warranty is I was working for a small bank equipment company in Southwest Missouri. I was calling on local community banks, selling the cool tubes that go back and forth, the drive-through drawers, security systems, those kinds of things. And it just, it wasn't growing like I expected to. The truth was I was outselling the capacity of the company. And so I was a little restless. And so I started applying for jobs, and I applied for a home warranty job on LinkedIn. Okay. It took about 3 months to get the recruiting call. And the truth is, in my entire career, from my first part-time job as a high school kid to this job, the home warranty job was the very first job that I ever got where I didn't know somebody. So every job, you know, I'd been referred to, or, hey, you should go for this interview, or you should apply for this because we know somebody. And this is the first job where I didn't know anybody. It was just literally something I applied for, and didn't really know a whole lot about the real estate space. Obviously, I'd bought and sold a house. My wife and I had actually, our very first home was a fix and flip. And so, you know, understood.
Did you live in it?
We did. We lived in it for like 3 years. Okay. And it was an amazing experience. Did almost all the work ourselves. And profited obviously quite a bit. It was a great deal.
Yeah. Awesome.
And so it was the first job that I ever got where I didn't know somebody, didn't really know a lot about real estate, and came on as just a sales rep for home warranty and worked for the largest home warranty company in the space. And I thought it was great. Hey, we're the largest, we're the biggest, we have the most resources, stuff that I told retail real estate agents all the time. Spent the first couple years as a sales rep, then got into our leadership academy, spent a couple years preparing for a leadership role, took a leadership role. I actually had 2 or 3 different leadership roles, but the final one was regional VP over about 5 or 6 states, had about 8 or 9 reps reporting to me. And, you know, I think the biggest thing that I learned is leadership isn't always what it's cracked up to be. You know, the culture of the company changed a little bit. Had some great experiences. Don't
stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had and the experiences that I had, but the company changed, the culture changed, and it was time for me to get back to doing, truthfully, the real estate business. The thing that I've learned over my 11 plus years is it's such a relationship business.
Oh, huge.
And there are so many people that I've met in the real estate space or adjacent to the real estate space that I don't necessarily do business with, but they've become friends or acquaintances. Or one of my favorite things to do is connect people. Like, hey, we're not doing business together, but I think you should know this person, and connecting them and then seeing that business grow, because they're two good people, right? That fit together. So I was happy to go back to being just a sales rep, if you will, when I switched companies in 2020. And because it's what I love to do. And I've told our ownership group, I'll help coach, mentor, lead, train, whatever I can do to help improve our company and grow our company. But I won't leave my sales territory again. I won't leave my people.
You like being in the weeds. You like being in the field.
Yeah, it's the relationships.
Yeah, of course.
There are so many residential real estate agents that are now friends, like friends outside of the business.
Right.
We play golf together. We hang out together. We do things together. And so that's what I love about my job. And I don't ever want to leave that again. For sure.
When you guys bought that house, you mentioned you're flipping the house and as you lived in it, right? Did you ever have any thought of like maybe getting into flipping or any other type of, real estate investing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I have said, and we've done, our second home was, it was a fixer upper. It wasn't really a flip.
Okay.
We did paint, carpet, updated some fixtures and that kind of stuff. And we did really well on it as well. We bought it in 2004 and the market was still down. And so we got a great deal on it and then put some money into it. But no, absolutely. And I think honestly, if I did get into any kind of this real estate space, it would be fix and flips.
Okay.
I enjoy the transformation, but I want to be in and out. I want to get in, do the things, and be out. And then if I want to do another one, I can do another one.
Got it. So you were at this other company. You rose up to a leadership position. You were still in the. So where do you go next? Did you? Because I know you mentioned this company, Achosa. Tell me a little bit about how you got into them and what that experience has been like.
Yeah. So the funny story is I left the company the day before the country shut down in 2020. And so it was kind of an interesting time period. We all went through some interesting changes.
Sure.
I kind of wondered what the future looked like. I actually got recruited by a couple different home warranty companies. And one of my now colleagues had been a competitor, had worked for both. And so I reached out to her and said, hey, tell me what I need to know about these companies. Because I don't even know if I want to get back into home warranty. Honestly, the service side of it had become onerous and difficult. And I was spending more time. Why
so?
Go ahead.
No, well, why so? Why did it become so difficult?
I was spending more time fixing claim issues than I was actually selling and building relationships.
Got it.
And so,
makes sense.
All my time was wrapped around negative things, not necessarily the positive things that go along with the business.
The positive things you enjoyed.
That's right. It's not fun to walk into a real estate office and have to avoid people because you've left their clients in a lurch, right? Which affects 100%. Their business, which affects their livelihood, right? Because they've trusted you as a partner, and now you've let them down. And so anyways, I wasn't sure I wanted to get back into home warranty, but I talked to my now colleague, former competitor, and we talked about what was important. And for me, it's my early professional career was all based in customer service.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Making sure people were taken care of and going above and beyond, right?
Yep.
And when I lost the ability to do that with the former company, I was not sure that I wanted to go back into home warranty. And honestly, I had a real good friend that's an LO, and he was rolling out the red carpet for me. I mean, to a certain extent, you know, he's a good friend, and he was like, look, if you want to come here, he goes, health insurance, I'll pay for all your training, I'll pay for all your licensing, all the things.
Right.
I think you'll be amazing at it. People love you. People know you in the real estate space. And so I thought long and hard about that. But then I got turned on to Achosa and the draw, the unique value proposition that we offer was kind of a hook that I felt like I needed to at least seriously consider, and ended up making the move. So
cool. So you made the move to this new company. Tell us about, what that's like. What's your experience been with them and about the company itself?
Yeah, I think it's kind of an amazing story, honestly. So our founders ran another traditional home warranty company for about 10 years. And their stories and their background is not unsimilar to the company that I work for, which is that traditional home warranty space where, for a basic explanation, home warranty company supplies the contractor, and so that contractor is a subcontractor for the warranty company. They're beholden to do what the warranty company wants them to do.
Right.
And so after about 10 years, they saw that nothing really changed. It was the same thing. The churn on real estate agents, in other words, the turnover on real estate agents, was significant. I mean, you had to win 14 new agents a month to net one new, right?
Right.
So they thought there's got to be a better way to do this. And so they evolved, and they decided that the contractor was such a big part of the problem that they decided to launch a Chosa with a different value proposition, and kind of like Uber did in the taxi world, in the ride share.
Sure.
Right? Something completely different. The outcome is the same. The end result is the same, but the process to get there is entirely different. Right?
Okay.
And of higher value, really, when it comes down to it.
What else differentiates the two, right? What you did and what this did before, and then now with this new company. What's like the main differences that you see that attracted you?
So the biggest value proposition that Achosa offers is that the homeowner gets to hire the contractor that comes out for service. We don't have a list of contractors. We do not supply a contractor. So that contractor works for the homeowner, not the home warranty company. And what that really means is that the appropriate repair gets done, and the appropriate repair gets done in a timely manner. And I can tell you, in all certainly my first 6 years or so in the business, the perception of home warranty is, well, they just want to make the least expensive repair possible. They just, the cliche, it's a Band-Aid fix, right?
Yeah.
And kick the can. And I can tell you numerous examples of where I've seen that played out in practice. Okay. And so I'll give you a good example. A lot of the traditional home warranty companies, if your AC is low on Freon, let's say it's a pound low, most, if not all, the traditional home warranty companies will say, oh, well, we'll just come put a pound of Freon in it and you'll be fine. And then they move on down the road. Right. And what I like to tell homeowners and real estate agents and anybody that'll listen, honestly, is that that's like taking a screw out of your tire and putting some air in it and saying, it'll be fine. No worries. It'll be good. Right?
Yeah, you're not going down to the root of the problem.
That's correct. That's not a repair, right? That's a Band-Aid.
Right.
And what they hope is that you'll get out of your home warranty before it actually fails.
Got it.
Right.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And that was interesting that you said the homeowner gets a contractor. How does it normally go? I mean, how are these other companies doing it? Don't all homeowners get to pick the contractor?
Yeah. So I when I do trainings and after I switch companies, honestly, I've told real estate agents the entire time I was with the traditional home warranty company, when anytime there was an issue, the real estate agent would go, "Hey, can I send my plumber? Can I send my heating and air guy? I know my heating and air guy will get out there and get this done today."
Mm-hmm.
No, Mr. or Mrs. Real Estate Agent, I'm sorry. I know it's been 3 weeks and your customer doesn't have air conditioning, but we're gonna get it done. And so that is the huge value proposition that offers, right? Because we see claims happen in hours at times, not days or weeks.
Right.
Now, this is all subject to whatever that local contractor schedule is, how quickly they can get out, what the priority is, time of year. There's a lot of factors that play into that. But in the traditional home warranty space, a lot of times these contractors are getting paid a sub wholesale rate, right? And they may take 90 days to get paid by the home warranty company if they get paid.
If they get paid, yeah.
And they don't get to supply parts and mark them up, right? And so it's not always a high priority item for those contractors. But with us, they're doing a normal, what would be considered a normal retail call, because we pay their retail rates. We pay them by credit card when the work's complete.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of like to describe it as, we're the roommate that's not there that gives them a credit card number over the phone.
Perfect.
So the service is almost seamless for the contractor, and the homeowner gets served in a quick and efficient manner. And so it's really been a game changer. We have coined, I shouldn't say we've coined the phrase, but we use it quite often, that we're kind of the Uber of home warranty. I mean, we are changing an industry from the inside out.
Why does it take so long? Or did it, you worked in the traditional home warranty space. I mean, why does it take so long to get all these repairs done? And why do they want all the control?
Cost. I mean, it's very simple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, they're paying there's a contractual relationship between the home warranty company and the contractor. They're paying a sub wholesale rate.
Mm-hmm.
And then in many cases, and in most cases, the home warranty company is supplying the parts. And so they want to order them, have them shipped in, have them sent to a distributor where the contractor has to go pick them up. Mm-hmm. And so there is just delays. I mean, and no weekends either, which I think is a big deal.
Well, yeah.
I'll give you a good example. And this happened last month. I have a good real estate agent client in Wichita. And I got a claim notification. Anytime a claim is finished, I get a notification. And I got a claim notification at 7:00 on a Saturday. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd. I don't see those very often. And so I looked into it. And her client had a leaking water heater that they found in the afternoon on a Saturday. They opened a claim, called a contractor. And by the time the contractor finished and we paid the contractor, it took 7 hours.
Wow.
Hours on a Saturday.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Now, I can tell you in the traditional home warranty space, that contractor would have been sent a dispatch on a Saturday, but they probably wouldn't have even called the homeowner to schedule until Monday. And at that point, they're probably scheduling 2 days out, so Tuesday or Wednesday. They make the diagnosis, submit the diagnosis for approval. Mm. Then the home warranty company orders the water heater. I mean, literally, it might take till the end of that next week, if not the following week. So you're talking 5 to 8, 9 days before a water heater is replaced.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's why it doesn't work for the real estate or the investor space, right?
100%, 100%. And I'll tell you that, like, there's a lot of, I mean, I know it's no secret. There's a lot of real estate agents that are investors too, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
want investment properties. They understand the value there.
Yeah.
Invest in real estate. They work for a lot of investors. And the entire time I was in the traditional space, when a real estate agent would ask me, hey, can we put this on a rental? I would always reluctantly say, yes, you can. And it's always because I knew if there was a problem. And it was the same way if they wanted one on their own home.
Right.
Yeah, you can, right? I'm in sales. I want you to use it. But as soon as a real estate agent or investor has a bad experience, they're done.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%.
And so my whole philosophy since switching to Chosa has done a 180. Like, when I do trainings and I speak in front of agents, I tell them, look, I want you to have home warranty. In fact, I'll give you a big discount if you'll get one on your own home, because I want you to experience it firsthand. I want you to see what your homeowners go through.
Yeah.
And I can, so here's one thing that I think is very important for everybody to understand about home warranty. And because there's a lot of myths out there, a lot of misconceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I'll say is home warranty will never be perfect. Okay. And I think anybody in real estate investing, anything around that, understands this, because you're dealing with contractors. But
right,
you take a call center, a home warranty contract, a contractor, right? Mm-hmm. And you mix all those things up in a pot, it's not always going to come out perfect.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, we hit Hall of Fame numbers. I mean, if you can use a baseball analogy, we are definitely Hall of Fame numbers. Like, we kill it. Honestly.
Now, expand on that. Hall of Fame numbers, what do you mean?
I would say probably well into the 90% range of our claims go off without any kind of hitch.
Nice.
Right? I mean, again, it's not going to be perfect. There's always misunderstandings. And a lot of times, homeowners may hear, oh, well, the claim's denied. Not every claim gets approved.
Sure.
It's just the way it is. And I'll give you a good example. I had one yesterday. And I only have maybe one every month, one every other month, where I get a call from a real estate agent or a homeowner. Mm-hmm. But the previous contractor had overcharged an AC system, so it wasn't working right. And they called a claim and they said, hey, the reason it's not working right, it was overfilled. That's an improper repair, improper installation. No home warranty company is going to cover that. It sounds mean. It sounds like the home warranty company's trying to be, deny claims. But at the end of the day, we cover things that fail due to normal wear and tear, or they fail due to age, not abuse, neglect, or installed wrong, or, acts of God, or those kinds of things. That's just the way it is. And so at the end of the day, it ended up being a minor deal for the homeowner. We got him, we actually helped him out and got him squared away. But, it's not always going to be perfect.
Sure.
When it comes to claims.
Now that you're with this new company and you obviously have a product maybe geared to, it could benefit investors, what kind, and obviously you probably would market it out to some, what kind of feedback are you getting from investors regarding, hey, adding home warranties to your portfolio, to your rentals?
So this is still relatively new for us. And so we're still trying to understand where it's going to fit best. I will tell you that I have had many conversations with property managers on, not only the properties that they hold, but for the investors as well. Mm-hmm. And they, I think they probably share some of the same sentiments we talked about. They've tried home warranty and it's been onerous. But once we share what we do, they're on board. And now I've got a couple of property managers here in the Midwest that are starting to use us. Mm-hmm. They're starting to flip some of their clients from the traditional home warranty to us. Cool. And it works on short-term and long-term rentals, even midterm rentals. That's a new term that I've learned here recently. Still trying to figure out where it fits with wholesalers and fix and flippers and things like that. But
I think fix and flippers and wholesalers would be tough, right? I think fix and flippers, or maybe guys that sell them on, sell a property on seller finance and things like that. Yep. Those would be good candidates to pass on this type of warranty issue to, or things like that. But yeah, it sounds like it's a work in progress.
It is. And I think that, so home warranty traditionally has been a settlement service. something that's included as part of the real estate transaction. And in a normal real estate market, which we're getting back to, typically the buyer is asking the seller to pay for it. It's part of concessions. It goes through as part of the settlement. And so when I take that and translate that to the investor space, whether it's, again, wholesale, fix or flip, rentals, holds, all those kinds of things, at some point a property is changing hands. At some point there is a new owner. So I agree, wholesalers may not be a huge target for us, but at some point that property is changing hands and going to an investor, right?
Right.
To an end user. And so that's at a point where we have to figure out how we make that fit, if there is a fit, right? But I talked to some fix and flippers recently and I said, hey, listen, this is something that when you get it ready to go to market, you can put a home warranty on it during the listing period, and you can provide a home warranty to the buyer to help give them peace of mind that the work that you did is good, like that, that it's ready to go. Right. And so the light bulb went off, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, I could probably do that. Because we have a price point as low as $500.
Wow.
Right?
Value add, right?
Value add. Yeah. And so, but certainly I think the biggest opportunity is that long-term, short-term rental space and the property managers. Absolutely.
Why is it imperative to have a home warranty on their property? So
at its core, home warranty is there to offset the mechanical repair costs for things that fail during the life of the contract. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest misconceptions, another myth, if you will, of home warranty, I think is, what is covered. And if you really want to get to the nuts and bolts of it, and this is an industry stat, our data backs it up, but about 95% of claims paid are heating and air, water heater, and appliances. Okay. Now, there's electrical, plumbing. All our plans include roof leaks and some other things. But at the core, it's the big mechanicals, the heating and air, water heater, and appliances, right? That's the main thing.
Right.
And when you are an investor or homeowner, but we're talking about investors, when you look at your mechanical repair costs year to year, those can vary widely, right?
Sure.
It can be really high, it can be really low, just kind of depends on the age of the mechanical systems and appliances. But the conversation that I've been having with a lot of investors to help understand this is that if you're utilizing home warranty as part of your portfolio, you can help mitigate that variability in those expenses.
Yeah.
Like home warranty will help make that almost a predictable cost on an annual basis, right? There'll be some variance because, listen, again, another myth about home warranties, we don't cover everything, and we are not full replacement cost. In fact, I've opined many times, if a home warranty rep is telling you, oh, it's full replacement cost on everything, it's full replacement cost, you should have some red flags. You should run, honestly.
Turn it around.
Yeah. So it's an offset cost.
Got it.
Yeah.
Why, here's the time to do a little pitch. Why should a investor, homeowner, anybody choose a Chosa over traditional companies?
Again, that value proposition of using your own contractor. So if you're a property manager or you hold a bunch of rentals, look, if you got 200 doors, you've probably got either somebody on speed dial or somebody on staff. Right. And so when you have a tenant that has a problem, you are dispatching your guy, whether it's in-house or outsourced. You're still going to use the same person. We're going to ask for 5 minutes of their time to give us a diagnosis on the phone. And then when it's done, we're going to pick up part of that cost. And so when you start talking about not interrupting the flow, but yet mitigating some of that cost and helping making those repair expenses predictable every year from year to year.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, when you start talking about if times get tight or times get lean, and you're talking about trying to just increase profitability just a little bit more, you can take those repair dollars that you're saving with the home warranty, put those back on your bottom line.
Got it.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, George. I mean, I appreciate you being on here and sharing all this. If folks want to talk or get a hold of you and talk to you about, warranty options with the Chosa or maybe just pick your brain, like what's the best way for them to get in touch?
So either phone or email. I mean, in this day and age, we're only a text message or a phone call away.
Right.
My phone number is 417-880-5513. That's probably the easiest way to get started. Just reach out to me, phone call, text. Here's what I'll say. I'm trying to learn as much as I'm trying to share our story and the value of it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I want to have conversations. Let's talk about it. Where does it fit? Can we make that fit? How can we help you? And regardless of the niche that you're in. I mean, I've got 2 wholesale calls set up next week. The truth is, I'm excited to learn more about wholesale because I know very little.
Sure.
And so I'm excited to learn more and understand, could there be a fit? What does that look like? And it may not be anything, but I'm excited to learn about it.
Yeah, and it sounds like you got a great product, right? Especially for investors, and and I get the need, and being a landlord, I get that need.
Yeah.
George, man, thank you so much for coming on here today, guys. I hope you picked up some good nuggets here. He's got a great product now that is more applicable for investors to be able to use, and I think it might save you guys a lot of headache. George, thank you again, everybody. Hope you guys have a great episode. I had one. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.